look a little bit different this year due to the pandemic. Who do you tip? How much? Lots of questions. How do you do it safely? Joining me live from Austin, Texas is Sharon Schweitzer, an international etiquette expert. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Hey, so good to see you. We were just talking to the break. I was looking at one of your number one points here that it said we should avoid cash this year. And that is the only thing that I've been doing. So you say I've been doing it wrong.
Well, if you're going to do cash, what the medical experts recommend is go to the bank and get crisp $20 or $50 bills. And if you're going to do cash, make sure that they're not the cash that's been in circulation. So maybe you've been doing it right if you've been going to the bank and getting those crisp bills.
I haven't, but I've been washing my hands. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So let's get right into, since I'm doing it wrong, let's just move past that and talk about how much to tip and who to tip. That is always the biggest question when it comes to, let's say, mail workers. Will it be, FedEx or just your, USPS? What should we be giving?
Well, many of those groups are limited. There are some federal regulations that limit U.S. Postal Service workers from receiving anything. Now, there's change this year with them. If they are receiving any supplies that help with COVID, they're allowed to receive those. So they can only receive things that are limited to a $50 cap per year.
Okay.
And what they recommend is that you give it to them in increments of $20. But remember, it's limited to COVID supplies. One of the best things you can do is give a gift basket, a prepared basket. So that means something from retail. One of the other things the experts are recommending this year is, as much as we like to make home baked goods, they're recommending during a pandemic, we don't do that. So we may like to do check kolache or bake bread or things like that that are just wonderful during a normal year. But this year and possibly next year, they're not do those things.
Yeah.
We should buy prepared baskets and give it to the delivery driver or Uber Eats or Amazon or whoever it is that does those deliveries for us, the UPS.
Especially if you don't really know those folks. I don't think anybody wants to eat something that, from someone they didn't get to watch you make it. Let's dive into when it comes to meal delivery. Are you still there?
When it comes to meal delivery?
Yes.
Yes, I'm still here. When it comes to meal delivery, one of the things that you can do when it comes to meal delivery is you can do a handwritten note. You can also tip in a cashless app. So let's say you're getting a meal delivery from a restaurant. You can increase the tip in the cashless app if you're in a financial position to do so. Many people are not in that position because of the pandemic and because of a loss of employment. The other thing you can do is give them a heartfelt thank you. You can write some notes, have them at your front door, and put a little note at the front of the envelope and say, this is my handwritten note to you as a thank you, showing my gratitude this time of year to thank you, especially for the hard work you've done.
Now moving on, I'm set to get my nails done today, and I need to know how much to tip. And what about my hairstylist?
What you can do is calculate how often you've seen these people. So if you're tipping them on a regular basis throughout the year, what you do, if you can afford it, is give them the price or the value of one of the regular services and tip them that on an annual basis. So let's say it's $50 or $25, then you would give them that as an extra bonus for the holiday. If you can afford to do so, one of the top two priorities for tipping annually is, number one, budget. What can you Number two is the value. How loyal are they? Is this someone you go to on a regular basis? And for hair and nails, that's probably very important since you're on the air on a regular basis.
Yes, and I tend to not have my nails done a lot. And then people will say, oh, you're not taking care of yourself. What's wrong with you? Anyway, let's end on pet groomer.
The pet groomer, that would be the value of how often you take your pet. Okay. We have a golden retriever, and if we don't take her, she smells very gamey, and people kind of back away like, oh my gosh, that dog is real gamey and stinky and fragrant. So we have to take her on a regular basis. So we tip the value of one service for grooming to keep our groomer happy and to keep her from being real stinky.
Yeah, we want your dog to smell good. Come on now. Sharon, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Happy holidays to you, everyone at this station, and all your viewers.
Sounds good. If you would like more information, fox59.com/links. All I can hear in my ear is, you're doing it wrong.